Course, looking forward to continuing action. Obviously, this is our first day. It's going to be a grind here. We got the next 4 days in a row here. This Tuesday all the way through Friday, we're going to be having 2 best-of-3 series coming at you, and that continues into next week even, Wednesday and Friday. So, again, a lot of Han coming at you. Of course, that on top of Han Tour continuing with cycle number 5, of course, kicking off this weekend. Anyways, we're going to be here on day number 1. Had our first series, and an interesting result at that. We just got finished watching Mystery Gang 2-1 over Evil Corporation in that series, and now here we are with the second series of the day. This is from Group B now. This is 2-0 versus Complexity here in a best-of-3. So looking forward to seeing how this one plays out. I am joined by a new co-caster now. Of course, what you got playing here. I'm going to be joined by Nier now of Evil Corporation. So, Nier, welcome to the cast.
Thank you, thank you.
We won't talk about the earlier series. We'll just talk about this one.
Yep. Yeah. Let's talk about this one.
All right. Well, let's go. Okay, so we got Complexity versus 2-0 here. Obviously, 2-0. I mean, well, speaking of them too, and you guys happen to face off against them in the in Cycle 4 this last weekend, and man, they were up 1-0 even against you guys. You guys, of course, though, came through, won it in the end, then won Cycle 4 even. But this team has really improved. I mean, they're showing that they're here to compete here. So. I'm curious to see how they do against Complexity now.
Yeah, so am I. They gave us quite a struggle, so that's going to be interesting, definitely.
Yeah. All right, so we got the draft kind of kicking off here. Let's see what we're dealing with. We got Parasite, Wild Soul, Midas, and Tremble so far. Well, those were the initial bans at least. You had Behemoth, first pick into Swift Play. There's Voodoo Jester into Empath. So interesting supports coming out. Voodoo Jester, that's a very early Voodoo Jester pick.
Yeah, it is. I'm not really sure why. It's not really in response to Swiftblade, or anything. So it's an interesting pick. It must be some sort of strategy they have in mind that really involves that Voodoo Jester. So go with the Warp Beast here. It's a good pick. Also pretty strong against something like a Swiftblade.
Mm-hmm.
Just in team fights, not let they have any sort of counter to the hero or to each other, but it's just a good hero that can tank the Swift ulti and man up against the Swiftblade when he spins or anything. So it's on top of the map control it provides. I will say though that when they played us, they did not scout with wolves as much and take advantage of that. So I wonder if they're gonna pick up on that and start doing that more here in this series.
Yeah, I'll see if they do. You know, something else I've noticed about them, which is kind of interesting, always looking at, obviously, where kind of the success all of a sudden is coming. This is a team that was bottom 2 in the first 3 cycles, and here they are 3rd place in Cycle 4. And they had some decent changes with Pexu taking over as the captain role and the drafter here, and then Zephyronte, of course, new to the roster as well. So those are the significant changes that come to mind, and, well, it seems to be working. So this kind of new pace here for the team. But yeah, they do get the War Beast, as you mentioned. We'll see how the scouting with the Wolves comes out. There's Tempest coming out for Complexity. Had the chance to go Ophelia if they wanted to, but I guess with Voodoo Jester, that was less attractive.
Unless you have a certain plan where you want Ophelia in, it does something for your team, a special timing, then you don't really want to pick it into Voodoo Jester. Also worth noting is they don't have a Blink Shrunken Head cancel yet on the Legion side. So that's a good pickup so far. Yeah,
something they want to maybe value with these last 2 picks. In fact, you already see Complexity. They ban out Hellbringer with 1, their first ban here. Now, 2-0 is known for playing Hellbringer in general, so maybe not even. That's kind of a double whammy there. Prisoner also going to be banned. You see Lodestone and Miraxis taken out by 2-0.
Yep. It's rather easy for Formless to ban out heroes here. I think that the lineup from Legion side where they're gonna lane is pretty obvious so far. It's probably a Behemoth offlane because they already have the War Beast who can also offlane or jungle. But right now it looks like a jungle War Beast with the Behemoth offlane. Mm-hmm. So it's not the lanes are quite easy to read so far. So they can probably predict Behemoth up there. What do they want to do against that, and then they can move on from there, planning their lanes and their game plan.
There's Doctor into Gladiator, sure enough, coming out. So. Gladiator Pexu has shown that he can play that pretty well, especially even in the jungle here. So, taking out that kind of candidate there. Now, their 4th pick to happen, so we'll see what direction 2-0 goes in. Again, they already have the support. Got a jungler and War Beast, most likely. We'll see where he ends up in the end. But, question is the carry option now for them. go with that. Of course, something else I've been noticing too. I feel like Squirry's also kind of gone away a little bit from being the carry every single game. I noticed a couple of games that we did watch them this last. At least, well, I didn't catch the playoffs, but there was a couple times where I think Zephyronte even was playing as the carry, if not a little bit different. So, wonder if something different here.
Seems to be a bunch of teams that actually swap up roles a lot. So it's kind of like what they feel like, more like a hero preference compared to a role preference. I think 2-0 is kind of also that team. It has some players play certain heroes a lot, and then they want that player to play that no matter where it's gonna lane.
Yeah. Look at that right there.
Strong early game. That's a lot of physical damage so far between Riptide and Voidbeast. Green Triangle might be really good this game.
That Void Talisman. Yeah, the interesting thing about the Riptide pickup as well, Fuzzy Sloth has been right-clicked over there for him even, so for a little bit. So the fact that we see it on 2-0 side, Complexity maybe wanting it themselves.
Yep. I'm not sure. Does Eye of the Storm, if you charge into a Tempest Ultimate or anything, like how does that react if you hit Tempest too?
God.
I'm not really sure how that works out in mechanics, actually.
I don't know. Yeah, that's a good point.
Stop or keep going until you hit something? I'm not sure. Do you even cancel through a Shrunken Head target? Yeah, I'm actually not sure how that works out. But if it doesn't cancel, they have a Blink Shrunken Head option for just get 2, 3 or more people whenever they want, and it's not cancelled.
Yeah, no, that's a really good point. I'm curious about that myself, definitely. So, but Lord Salforest, the final pick, as well for 2-0. So they definitely somewhat of a unique-ish lineup here for 2-0. No one for doing that though in general. Revenant was the 4th pick, by the way, for Complexity. So we'll see who ends up with Revenant here. Maybe the middle Revenant. I know Evil Corporation Tankafed actually has done that before for them and has done that pretty well. So we've seen kind of the power of him there. Ooh, Clank's final pick then.
That's interesting. Well, I think what the plan is to get some ganks with the Revenant, try and carry them through the early to mid game, and then when Tempest has the Blink Shrunken Head, he's just gonna go for 2 or more targets, and then they kill that, and then they don't need more catch if he can jump in and catch 2. That should be enough catch for them, because they really, right now, they don't have many stuns, so they will have to rely on Tempest initiations in this game. And I really hope that Riptide does not cancel Tempest ulti, because else they do not have a lot of catch on their team.
All right, here we go. Let's see a final pick Clanks. That's definitely something that you would expect to see for your team, of course. But, I mean, really in general, that's kind of a scary here to give up with the final pick. But they do that here, so we'll see how formless. The one, of course, going to be playing it for Complexity, at least I assume. Yeah, okay, he is playing it here. So Revenant is in the hands of Fuzzy Sloth, so going to try to get him somewhat of a early start, and we know Revenant, of course, has potential to really use that start to his advantage with the invis and whatnot.
Yeah.
So
what they have done, Complexity, in the past is to actually long lane the Revenant plus a support hero. I would say Empath might not be the most optimal, because something like an Andro deals a ton more damage, but it might be strong enough for them, because the block off should be fine. They don't have any Blink heroes on the Legion side. And 2-0 actually picked Sartorius and did a lot of work with that hero, also recently here. So like they won against, I think Fresh it was, where they had a Dark Lady with 600 GPM, and I was kind of like, okay, this game is sort of over unless they win a fight soon, but putting that Sartorius ulti onto that single core, and then they kind of just won the fight from there. Like, he got a sheep stick too, and just got massive farm. So look for Pex to do the same thing here if he has the opportunity to do so.
Yeah, playing the Self-Force here. So far, starting at this bottom lane here with Voodoo Jester, that's definitely interesting at the short lane. Seeing a Lord Self-Force in it, but that's exactly what they're doing here. Riptide mid, again, Behemoth at the top lane. I see people bring it up as well in chat, so just to kind of get some idea what's going on there. Yeah, the other series is supposed to be Sync Esports versus Raising Gaming, but I was informed that it may not end up happening. It looks like Raising Gaming's struggling to get a field of 5 players, and they're having some roster issues over there. So it might end up being a forfeit. I'll wait to confirm if it is until I have that. But yeah, looks like it may not be happening, unfortunately. Which, well, doesn't mean Sync, of course, will get that nice free ride to the Winter Bracket Finals, but that's And I always hate to see that, but is what it is. We got our series, though, in 2-0 versus Complexity. Swiftblade off the bat. He's going to be heavily pressured here, actually. He could be in some trouble. He's saving his spin for the time being, not going to panic use it, and actually will be fine in the end, so. A lot of damage, though.
It's good pressure so far. The W from set 4 still slows him even if he spins, so that's also a nice mechanic for him to make use of.
Guess that's why he figured not worth even wasting the spin. Might as well save the mana. So good patience there from Oscar. Again, you do see, though, Lord Self4 is going to keep on top of it, though, with that life tap. Seems like between him and Voodoo Jester, they most certainly can do quite a bit to keep him boxed out heavily here up this bottom lane. So it's good news.
I'm still surprised they picked the Voodoo that early. I mean, you see there, the stun is just cancelled against something like a Swiftblade. So it's an interesting pickup, at least at the second. I guess they didn't want to give out lanes, which then happened with the third pick anyways, but it's more like they didn't know what they wanted until, so they picked that hero and figured, okay, you play this well, so let's pick it up anyways.
Yeah.
And wait and see what Complexity picks up.
Now, Riptide, highly regarded as a very powerful solo, especially 1v1 hero, but I would think Revenant, and it looks like so far, actually can hold his ground pretty well, and especially you see that he has a Reward of Revelation, so he's managing to deal with the invis here of Riptide, of course, very effectively. So you see right there, as soon as he comes up, he pops that Defile and just puts an auto attack. So yeah, it seems like Revenant's actually having a good time here.
Yeah, he is. I've also seen Hellbringer do well against a Riptide, but it's really crucial that you have the Ward of Revelation down. So I think it's sort of core that you buy your own Rev as a Riptide, or get your support to buy one for you and counter it, because it gives you such a huge advantage. Like, it's 2.5 creep kill, and I think he would have gotten more of those if the Revenant did not have a Rev down already. Oh, and here we go.
Yeah.
So, he should be better off now.
Now that he has the Voodoo Jester here to help him out, obviously life going to get a little bit better for Riptide here, but this does mean Lord South Forest, of course, won't have that babysit at the bottom lane, and more so maybe not going to box out Oscar as much, but still, because of the start especially, it's he is somewhat struggling there. So it seems like this rotation could actually work out pretty well for 2-0 in the end.
So Forest got a head start, I guess that's what they wanted, and now they can secure farm in Riptide too, so they kind of secured the bottom lane. He's going to get a ton of farm now. Of course it means that Swiftblade is going to get the levels at least, and we all know that if he hits level 6 he could potentially kill someone on the map at least.
Yeah.
Maybe not Sulfuris, I'm not sure he has the damage to kill him. It depends what kind of boots he goes for too. We'll have to see.
Yeah, so Forest can be a little more difficult than others, especially with that live tap ability, and we'll see what he does with the Aura here, the Dark Lord's Presence as it's called. He is maxing out the more Ceratissima though, as far as his Q is concerned, so gonna have some nice damage output from that and some nice capabilities to pick up some kills. Revenant rotating bottom lane, look at this. He's actually not even gonna try to gank. I mean, he's just simply running up and realizing that he's not there.
Yeah, I think he invests on top of the ward of sight here that Syrax placed on the bottom river, and then, yeah. And now they do not see him come back here at least, so they could suspect, or should, that he's bottom. Here we go.
There's the jump. Lord South Forest saw it too late, and yep, he is going to be picked off. Credit for Oscar to the Bloodlust kill. You do see it was a haster in that spawned bot, and Voodoo Jester actually bottles it up for his teammate, but obviously not able to make a play with it right there for maybe a turn kill. But good play coming out, using that invis, and happened to do it in a spot where they just did not have vision. So yeah, very well played by Revenant. Stick around.
It was. Also a little bit greedy from Pixel to stay there after he saw the Revenant. Of course, he did see him leave, but as soon as he didn't see him on the water side here, on the left side, it only takes 2 more seconds to walk over there. He should have known that something is definitely up.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate for him, but I guess he didn't want to go back and play safe when he had the huge advantage yet. He's actually... Wow. Did you catch that?
Oh, no, I did not actually. I caught that like as a life was going away, but...
Well, basically, lots of Forest just W'd him twice and then hit the Q twice too, and just chased him down. He has a ton of room to chase on, so and Swift couldn't really get away from that. He kind of had to spin early, and then when that was done, he just finished him off with the last Q. So it was well played from him.
Yeah. I mean, get some revenge at least right away, so that's good. Obviously, Bloodlust kill was in favor of Swiftblade there, and in fact, he's pointing to the middle lane now. As maybe going to try to set up something here. He's not level 6 just yet, so doesn't have those swift slashes. May try to get Voodoo Jester to overcommit, perhaps, though, something like that. Of course, Invis, yep, here we go. Now, do they have a Rev Ward anymore? They do not. So this could be something pretty big, especially if he manages to get level 6 with one of these creep kills. I don't know if he's going to get it, though. Yep. They wanted Voodoo Jester, but he was not pushed up, so not going to happen. Look at Lord South Forest, by the way. Meanwhile, it's like, all right, I'll take the bottom lane. Pushing that tower pretty heavy.
It's a very strong hero. It's so tanky, has a lot of life steal too, or like, yeah, kind of life regeneration from opposing enemies nearby him too, and with the W effect. He's really hard to deal with early on, and he's showing here that he can almost solo push a tower just as a Salt Forest against Swiftly. It's quite amazing actually. He can do that. It's good for his team.
Can't forget about Tempest here. What you got, 330 gold per minute. That Astrolabe, the Blood Chalice.
Ganks is also farming away here, free farm uncontested. So it's gonna come down to what you got, how many big holes he can land this game.
Pressure's on.
Yeah.
Pressure's on. What you got here? So let's see what kind of impact he's able to have earlier on. It's again, it has some great farm, level 7 now, in fact, but. You know, if he just keeps on farming with it, gotta wonder how impactful that truly would be. It looks like he might be headed towards the top lane now. Some kind of tower push. Bottom tower, in the meantime, goes down. Swiftblade unable to do enough against that. Obviously, again, a very difficult task against the Lord South Forest, who's able to hold his own pretty well, and as he showed earlier, could even take him out if he's not careful. Triple stack Ancients on the Legion side, meanwhile. You saw Empath at least scout them out, so I wonder if the Hellborn team is going to try to make more of a priority to maybe try to stop them here. I mean, they're not being done just yet, though, either.
No, they don't really have... Yeah, they have Salt Forest, actually, to do that. So he's the one who's going to rotate over. I guess he's porting base now, and then he's going to rotate to Ancients. That's what I would assume. He has the max Q ability, right? So he can actually stand and hit the Ancients, use the Q once, and not lose life.
Huh. Yeah, nice synergy there. Yeah, I wonder if the Hellborn team, again, they scouted the triple stack. It might be one of those things where they could think of that, too. They figure, well, he's probably the only one that could ideally do them, so maybe try to look for them. Top lane in the meantime. Tower goes down. Here go the TPs. Is it going to be enough? There's a wall up from Empath. They cancel it because they realized it wasn't going to happen. So well played right there. The failed rot action, even not enough to set up kills. And although they're still hanging around. Oh, they want to try. There's the fissures done. The nuke. Clank's in trouble. He pops his flight right here. But with the Undying on him, I don't know if he's getting out of this one. He's going to go for the TP. Okay, he should be fine. Maybe. Got it so close. Okay, yeah.
Sells it. Yeah, okay.
Oh, fine. Wow. That was well played.
Yep. He was fine, though. The first needed to get that one auto attack on him. But nice attempt, though. Was really important kill if they could get it. Slowing down Clanks and then buying more time for themselves to get the items they need to really fight.
Yeah, he was up there, might as well make use of it was the idea. So now he's back bottom, has those Ghost Marchers here. You see Revenant is in the area with the Invis. Oh boy, so Slash is, this should be a kill. There we go, the opening. Again, it is Lord South Forest, but they still get the kill.
Yeah, bot Riptide coming in.
Uh-oh. Oh boy, Swiftblade blocks him actually. Definitely that was intentional right there to prevent him from hitting Revenant, and now he's going to go away with the Invis. Revenant should be fine as well. That was very well played.
Yeah. That's unfortunate for him. Nice play from Fastislav, investing his Swiftblade, then TPing out, and they're fine. Now they know that the Mario Party, so as they like to call it, is down for over a minute. That's good for them, and they just kills the forest. Frees up a lot of time for Tempest and Clanks to farm.
Yeah, you see Clanks in the meantime again is 250 gold per minute. Now, the GPM charts, actually, I mean, they're kind of friendly here for the Legion side at the same time. I mean, Warbeast is somebody we haven't talked too much about here. And Squirry playing the Warbeast, he's obviously looking pretty strong. He's already got Abyssal Skull. I want to say maybe full Steam Boots being finished coming out here. I'm not exactly sure. We'll see in a second. There we go. Okay, yeah, there's the full Steam Boots here. So, meanwhile, Lord South Forest doing the Ancients that we were talking about earlier. Here's Empath. He's going to see them too late, I think. God, he's getting so low, though. Oh, man. They got somebody here. That could have been really crucial, but they do not. And Pextra gets a lot of farm out of that.
Okay, not lose life without a Star Shield or a Buckler. I guess have to rephrase that at least. That's not true. Yep. But he has the advantage of gaining the life regeneration of the enemies, so that when he uses the Q, then of course they receive healing, and then he steals that regeneration from them. That's how it works.
That's the synergy. Okay, I was wondering a little bit what you meant with that. Okay, very nice.
Yeah. Oh, empath is found.
Oh yeah, Love's getting a little curious over here, and she's definitely dead. She's almost want to say overkill, but just making sure to guarantee it more so.
Yeah, they don't have vision of Clanks if he's in vicinity. I mean, then if they just auto attack him, they might buy the time that he needs to get back in there and then maybe kill the Buddha Jester and beam him instead. So just getting the kill secured is good work.
Middle lane, Tempest. He's got the ultimate. This could be a big kill on a Riptide. Revenant here. Is he going to ulti? Is it worth it? Yes, he has to. He pulls him back. Okay. So that was interesting.
Yeah.
Wait, so did Riptide's ultimate clash right there?
No, it did not.
Okay.
Either it was a Tempest stun or the ulti. I think it's the ulti that actually cancels the Riptide ulti.
That's what I think happened, actually, yeah.
Exactly.
Huh.
It should work like that. Maybe someone in chat knows, actually, and could bring it up. In 6 minutes' time.
So that means if he tries to stop Tempest, if he gets hit by the Elemental Void, it would not actually stop him then.
Yeah, I think then his ulti will stop and not clash.
Okay, so the Mario Party will stop, yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, from what I saw there, yeah.
Right there. Yep, exactly.
All right, interesting stuff. Well, yeah, good use right there to secure a kill. Meanwhile, speaking of that, Lord Self-Force also caught once again. He's not going to survive this one either. Bexy goes down. This Revenant, again, it's a very powerful hero with the mindset of getting a little initial farm on some levels and then roaming around for kills. He's excellent at it, and he's showing that here once again. All right, so they're going to go AFK real quickly, but we see Revenant again. The power of that is Essence Shroud, as it's called. You see level 2 of it currently. It doesn't even need to be maxed out or anything like that. It's how long is it? It's 15 seconds right now, all the way up to 21 seconds. But Mortification, I know we've talked about that before. Love seeing that maxed out. It's so much amp damage for himself and his team, and then even a nice little dot on top of that. He also has level 2 of his Manifestation right here, so able to provide even more to his team here as far as possible setups. Hellborn Ancients, they are going to be seen doing them. They're called the Hellhounds, scatting them out. You're talking about that earlier, of making sure to use those. Here comes the Eye of the Storm. It is going to clash with Clanks. He was not ready for that. Good catch right there from the Legion side. And Clanks goes down. Revenant, meanwhile, he's on the run, but I think the rest should be fine. So Clanks, though, that's an important kill, of course. And they also even prevent from finishing off these Ancients here, which they're actually going to steal. So, okay, welcome back. But missed a gank on a Clanks right there.
Yeah, I caught it last second there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's huge for them getting that kill. Also, something I would like to say though is that they have focused a lot on killing Sulfureus, and that's what they should do, like try and get some kills with the Revenant. But I don't think it hurts them that much because they still have a free farming War Beast, and Riptide is 400 GPM as well.
Yeah.
All Behemoth really needs is the Pole Key. So, oh, nice exchange in the middle lane, favoring the Legion side. I didn't catch it.
Well, that was actually Revenant. I mean, he was dead anyway, so he kind of stood his ground and killed Voodoo Jester in the meantime. So it was a good heads up by Fuzzy Sloth right there. But still, the exchange obviously in favor of Sirox playing that Voodoo Jester.
I'm curious whether he gets experience for it after the death when there's a nearby ally. I'm actually not sure, because there was that chance that you get experience even after the death on a kill you get. So.
Oh, good point.
But he is level 9 now, so I would assume that he got some experience for the kill.
Yeah, got some good levels for this game in general. Compared to especially like an empath, he's only level 6 currently. Obviously, Voodoo Jester doing a bit of roam here. He has 2 kills himself, actually. Meanwhile, top lane, Riptide. Oh, God, he can't get away. It's so close. No, he's not. He even pops the Eye of the Storm. He had that haste turn to try to get away, but obviously wasn't enough right there.
Yeah.
Good catch.
Very tough. Clanks has that damage that's kind of like spread out, not just immediate damage with the auto attacks, because we can't really toggle the Incinitarius either. It's very tough to get out of. But unfortunately, he used this ulti that's on cooldown now, and Complexity knows that too.
Yeah. Not the longest cooldown, but yeah, I guess at this level, it's 100 seconds, a good amount, so they know they have a good minute or so here before they need to worry about him moving about.
Yeah, and they're actually going to push top here because they have the Behemoth Portal Key. Since they just killed Riptide and he's dead, they could, like, Complexity could maybe take a fight or think that they are favored here. But, oh god, all the smokes here up top.
Yep. That Vilderot, though, Voodoo Jester, He's going to – oh, never mind. That's an Essence Shroud. So here they are, right on top of one another. Okay, you'll see Lord Self-Force at least. There we go. He's going to keep running, and they're going to chase here onto Clanks, but Revan in the background trying to help cut them off. Although Clanks, he got some nice damage on him. Elemental Void and caught Voodoo Jester. They already took out Behemoth, and down goes Voodoo Jester. Clanks does eventually fall to the cursed ground, though. As, what is this? Lord Self-Force just running through. It's as if he's not even there. Riptide actually is caught, though, as he comes in late, and he goes down. Riptide got way confident there. I don't know if that's miscommunication or what. Meanwhile, Lord Self-Force trying to go for the turn kill. It's not going to happen. He'll go down. It's a hat trick for Fuzzy Sloth. I feel like this Legion team is going in one by one, and that is not the good idea. Now, Warbase, he's going to go for the TP. He should be fine. But, man, a near genocide as a result of all that for Complexity. And, well, they lost Tempest, too, but still, numbers in favor of them for Complexity there.
For sure. And they were actually, they were fighting, as you say. The Legion team ran in, one or two at a time, and then they still managed to actually almost kill them. So it's actually, their team is really strong right now. And I even think it's really strong after those deaths, even with Complexity winning that fight and picking up items now. So they can definitely take some 5v5 fights. Not to mention we did not see a Behemoth Shockwave there either. So that's still up for them. They could force more fights if they want to.
You see that again, that Portal Key on Tempest, obviously the impact that it has here. Empath as a support is going to enhance the damage of the likes of the Swiftblade and the Clanks, of course. So you see grouping up bottom lane, actually. This, oh, yep, it is Revenant. I was going to say Veldorop, but no, they have Revenant. So you'll easily be able to send them on down here, and I'm guessing that was a Ward of Sight. It was, so yeah, they would not have any clue about this. Empath striding out in the front line. She is going to scout them. I need to be careful. Okay, there's a Rev for the immediate jump, but he got the spin off. What a reaction from Swiftblade. I think it just happened to be coincidence, to be fair. Meanwhile, Behemoth is going to get picked off by the Storm, but will connect on the Swiftblade. There's the Untying. Quick kill on him. Very good burst damage showing by the Legion team right there. But a 1-for-2 exchange right now, as Empath is going to jet on out of there as well. So, well, again, numbers in favor of Complexity, as the chase is not going to continue. They're just too far away, so good gank set up yet again. Revenant just keeping him and the squad very active here. Although he's in trouble now. Actually spotted.
He couldn't.
Okay.
He clicked it on him and then he went into fog. That's unfortunate. But I don't know. Suppose has 2 item slots available. Warbeast has 1. And Riptide also, okay, I guess he has a TP there, but someone needs to buy dust. It can't only be Voodoo Jester. Someone else needs, because they miss kills there because they don't have dust. Even if you're carry and you're farming short lane, buy the dust. It does not have to be the support all the time.
Yeah, missing on a kill there definitely. It could have been a pretty crucial one, so maybe that's something they'll now think about moving forward. You see the GPM charts, a very even spread for Complexity, something we're really not used to seeing, especially with the Clanks in the game. But that's the case that we have here. Warbeast, though, does remain on top, and I got to think that Shrunken Head is now coming with the Mighty Blade already on him, of course. So he is going to have that here very shortly, and as usual, will prove to be a very good pickup for him.
I think he's going to go Shrunken Head into a Basher and then try and sit on Clanks if he can. Another build I would have liked to see is actually the Puzzle Box this game. It would have been very good, especially also against the Revenant. That Mass Invis, catching those off, and the amount of damage he can deal. Yeah. Revenant actually going for the Sackstone as well. Haven't talked too much about those items, but that's a really strong item against. I mentioned that green triangle would be good, but also just buffing up your armor, and the armor of your team is really strong here. He has 16 armor now. He's very hard to take down for the Legion side.
Yeah, that's true too. So you see the top tower picks, who actually gets credit for it, but Revenant roaming around with the team, destroying the Legion jungle currently, really taking it over. That's going to give a free tower push to Swiftblade here in the meantime. As you see, they do use invulnerability, just delaying it as long as possible. Maybe catch this Clanks over here. The Hellhounds will scout him. Uh-oh, here we go. Riptide charging in with that Eye of the Storm. They need to support him. TP's coming. He's flying around, trying to get the distance. It's just too much, though. He does get killed off quickly. Meanwhile, Riptide, though, he is going to be caught by Tempest. But he knows that the backup was there, so at least he prevents the TP, but they need to get the hell out of here now. Everyone here, 4-2-0. Oh, and they're still going, actually. Swift play. There's a Swift Slashes bouncing around ever. They're doing this without Clanks, remember. Voodoo Jester did off the bat. Down goes Lord Self-Force. The Elemental Void is going to be canceled. Revenant He goes down, so does Empath, but Swiftblade standing his ground and getting multiple kills out of this, but now he's on the run as Riptide and Warby's trying to do something to him. Not enough, though. What a clash right there. But, yeah, they went into that obviously outnumbered, and I guess it wasn't horrendous, but 2-0, they come out with the numbers there in the end.
Yeah, they were running in this and trying to kind of look for an opportunity to go in, but 2-0 just overwhelmed them before they could really make a decision on who to go for. And then they were just caught and had to fight at where they were. So nice fight for them. And I will say, I said in the draft that they did not scout with wolves a lot. This is the second time they caught out Clanks because of scouting with wolves, so they have picked up on that. That's good work from Skirmishes so far with those. Not using them to farm, but using them to find the pickoffs they need.
Yeah, he's definitely been on top of that here, as we've seen now multiple times. So we're talking about Invis and the power of it here for this Revenant, but there is a bit of that here on the Legion side, obviously between Riptide and those Hellhounds, as we're just getting at. Meanwhile, Pixu, here in this Lord South Forest, I feel like he should have something else by now. He's been on that tablet here for a while. Only has about 800 gold saved up, so I'm not exactly sure what he had bought, but nothing coming out either, so.
He does have 5 deaths, kind of went bad for him with all those deaths early on. It's hard to recover. I mean, he is recovering, but his team has, his deaths still made space for him, or for his team, so they are farming really well. Especially the White Beast and the Riptide so far. Riptide was 400, he's kind of tapering off a bit, but the White Beast is still doing just fine.
Warby's 450 gold per minute, another 2,100 gold saved up, so mentioned the idea of the Brutalizer here, going to be pretty powerful to pick up, being able to just sit on top of Clanks in the midst of those fights. We've seen several times now. I mean, between Riptide and Behemoth alone, though, they can catch Clanks fairly, I don't want to say easily necessarily, but fairly well, fairly effectively is a better way to put it, I think. So, the ulti of Riptide, and then on top of that, the Fissure's trying to help catch him as well from the distance, of course. So, he is having difficulties here. All top tower push will go down.
Yeah, that's good for them. I mean, it's really interesting to see. They have the Warbeast push, but they still have they have 3 tanky strength heroes that deal a lot of damage, and it's really hard for Complexity to bring them all down. As we've seen, they need some big Tempest ultimates to do so.
This top tower push. Now, Lord South Forest doesn't have a TP. I'm looking at the others. Everyone else does, other than Riptide, actually. So a couple don't have TPs, actually, here for the Legion side. They will get a little bit of pressure on the defensive tower, but not enough to feel confident going further. They will start to fall back, at least for now, and keep the Hellborn team guessing as far as exactly where they're at. You see Swiftblade, the Frostburn finished. He's in the middle lane now, going to pick up a little bit more farm. Noticing where they were, I think the rev board might have spotted someone running through, so yeah, Oscar feeling comfortable, but now is going to fall back as the TPs start to come in. The Clanks, his own Shrunken Head, I believe, is in the works. The Mighty Blade was purchased, I'm pretty sure. So, of course, it'll be crucial as always. But at the same time, you know, this Legion side, they got some good physicals, especially with that War Beast. So Shrunken Head is not going to be the answer necessarily. It'll just be a helpful tool to use in these fights. Revenant Hellflower coming out.
Oh, that's rather huge for them. That's a nice pickup. He has, what's it, he's at 415. He has a lot of farm. So does Swiftblade. I mean, it's a triple core here. The only thing is all Riptide.
He just runs right past all the enemies, catches Clanks. Are we going to see how much more? I was going to say he has to do it if he wants to save Clanks, and they will get it off to turn on to Riptide right there. Wow. I mean, that was pretty ridiculous how he went through 3 heroes and got Clanks. I thought he was going to get him and get out of there. That would have been ridiculous, but he dies in the end, so.
I mean, the damage of that hero, I mean, that's a lot of damage onto Clanks right there.
Oh, yeah.
And even if he dies, if he gets the kill, it's still worth it for them. Slowing down Clanks, negating the damage output. I will still say that Swiftblade has a ton of farm. It's looking very strong, and so is Revenant. So they don't need Clanks to kill their entire team.
Empath, meanwhile, gets picked off there. Middle lane, so get a quick jump onto him. As Conger, of course, is up, but I don't think the Legion team is really that interested in doing it for the time being. Don't necessarily have the greatest control to go for it here. So, meanwhile, Swiftblade, level 16, he's kind of sitting on the opposite side. Maybe going to go for these triple stack, or more so double stack Ancients here, but Clanks will actually come to clean them up. Here's the Hellhounds. Now there is Voodoo Jester and Behemoth right here. Oh boy, here we go again.
Right there.
There's the jump onto Clanks. Here comes the acid cocktail. Clanks just can't move the whole time. He's going to put a little bit of damage, but meanwhile Swiftblade gets a double tap out of it. Is going to go down though, as Squirry comes in to secure him with that Brutalizer especially. So, all a 2 for 2. Numbers, who died is definitely favoring 2-0 there.
Yeah, for sure. 2 supports with 2 carries, that's definitely what they're looking for. And they used all their abilities, Voodoo Jester and Behemoth, before they died. That's really strong for them right now. It's well played. Good stuff. I mean, they're looking for these kills really very aggressively with Warbeast Wolves, so even like Riptide just ulting through their jungle in kind of a bad spot, but it's what they like. It works out for them.
Meanwhile, middle lane, he got Lord South Forest farming a little bit, but he's going to fall back before too much else happens. But yeah, Warbeast got the Soul's Bulwark now. Obviously big there. You got Lord South Forest, the possible Sheepstick is coming up around the corner for him. A Shrunken Head maybe on Riptide. What's that?
Yeah, he has 4,000 gold. And
yeah.
Like, it wasn't that long ago that he was 330 TPM or something. I said he was 2-5 and 3, but now he's definitely recovered again.
Meanwhile, that's something you can't overlook either, though. Revenant definitely is some pretty good damage himself. He showed right there against Behemoth, and with the Hellflower now, it's if he catches you by yourself, there's a good chance it's going to kill you. Maybe everyone but like the Warbeast here, you could say. So,
sure. Not underestimate the damage of the Revenant. And he can just walk around the map with +1, him and Swiftblade, or him and Tempest, or something. Like, probably not with Empath, but just utilize the Q from him and the W, like it hits multiple targets, so they will kill heroes very quickly.
Oh, that was good job with the Hellhounds, man. They actually spotted this invis attempt from Revenant and Swiftblade, so they're going to run. Meanwhile, Empath, he's going to go down to Voodoo Jester. The support's going at it in the jungle. That's, Voodoo Jester definitely favored in that matchup there.
Yeah, and he also gets the Void, so that's nice for him. It's really good.
Oh my god, Clanks again. The chase is on. They get the tower kill, and they want more. Clanks, the clash happens. Here we go again, though. Elemental Voiding Ultra catches out Force. Off to the side. Riptide's in trouble, but Behemoth jumps in. Finishes off Clanks. The damage wasn't there initially, but here comes some more damage. A Swiftblade, Swift Slashes. A lot of creeps, though. Absorbing damage. First hit Brutalizer. Buddy gets away. But Empath dead from before. And, of course, Tempest and Clanks going down here. So, kind of a 2-for-2 exchange, though, in that exchange there.
Yeah. They wouldn't have gotten more if Warbeast could see the Invis Swiftblade there. He was hasted with the Brutalizer ready to go there, so it's a bit unfortunate again losing a kill in that, but that's, I mean, they can just charge the Clanks like that. It's also because the Hellborn lineup, they don't have those stunts, as I talked about earlier, and they only have the Tempest ultimate. And, B, he was able to catch the Clanks even after that.
Yeah.
So, I think Complexity is in a spot where they should try and look for a team fight they want to take where Clanks is not the one who's getting gone on, but where it's Tempest initiating instead, where Clanks can come in after some of the Legion heroes use their abilities, and then he will be safe and get something out of the team fights instead of being caught all the time.
Swiftblade, it's definitely a lot relying on him here for Complexity, it feels like. Again, Clanks just simply can't do a damn thing, it feels like, in these fights, and maybe the Shrunken Head will, of course, help a little bit, but as I was talking about earlier, again, just not the overall answer here. So, Swiftblade, now with that said, he actually, I think I just saw him buy a Steam staff here to go with this Dancing Blade, of course. So, yeah, the full wing bow is going to be happening here in the near future. That'll be nice carry presence to be had. There's the Shrunken Head finish on Clanks as well. But yeah, 3,400 gold saved up on a Warby, so we'll see if it's that full demonic or not. But the full Sheepstick is picked up on Pexu.
Yeah.
He's looking for some kills already.
Yes, it's actually kind of weird. They have 10,000 experience behind, and the gold advantage is almost just the towers, and then they have a bit more from the hero kills, of course, but it feels like the Legion side is honestly the ones that are ahead, but it's the stats say otherwise. That's Empath gets gone.
Back there we go, too. The quick catch on the Empath. Here comes Riptide. Eye of the Storm. Not going to be able to catch them, though, this time. A little too far away, and seems like Complexity is going to try to bank on a little bit of split push right here. Got Swiftplay going top, Revenant going bottom. However, the Legion side deciding it's best to just do Kongor then. So it'll be a free Kongor kill for them. I think, yeah, Swiftplay is feeling scared.
Pick it up here. Like, Riptide and Sulfuras are both, like, they could both take it. I think it's gonna be Sulfuras though, but Riptide is also a candidate. But Riptide, or Sulfuras does have the sheep stick, so the odds of him getting that off twice in the fight is definitely better than putting it onto a Riptide, I think. Not to mention, his ultimate also has a pretty low cooldown of 30 seconds as well, so if he can get his stuff off twice, that's huge for them.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous cooldown, yeah, only 30 seconds. Definitely use it multiple times in a fight, especially with buybacks and things like that, so pretty solid to have it on him. Yeah, again, you saw that the split push was kind of stalled a little bit. The Complexity was pretty scared. Not exactly know what was going on. They do catch off force here, by the way. That's going to be a quick token to use, so much for the token in full. Meanwhile, after the side sway play, he's taking some good damage. They get Lords off force again immediately. Oh, nearly. Oh my god, he stayed alive. But the element of void in the background. It catches Warby. Swiftly has to spin the hell on out of there. Clanks is able to deal some decent damage. Not enough, however. Riptide runs back in. There's the shockwave from Behemoth. And Revenant now in trouble himself. He will go down too. Everyone's still alive but the Lord South Forest here for 2-0. Not the same for Complexity. They lost 4. Empath, the sole survivor, not doing much for you. Right there.
Yeah. So Forest really seems to be the target they want to kill on the Hellpoint side. Like, they killed him twice there, but the rest survived and just cleaned up. So Forest even used all his abilities, so... I mean, they're gonna hold base here, but... yeah, definitely a favorable fight for the Legion side.
Yeah. As you mentioned, they are going to be able to stall them from coming into their base, actually, and still plenty of game left, but yeah, it's just the momentum here of 2-0. It really does feel like it's definitely in their favor if it wasn't before. I know there was kind of that debate of, okay, well, it seemed like Complexity's still looking pretty good, but man, they're really proving that this is their game to lose, it feels like. You have 2,500 more gold on War Beast here. They just can't seem to deal with the Riptide, especially, though. I think it's proven to be the biggest issue here. Yeah, constantly with those initiations. And he has a shrunken head now to help him out and get in there. So, and of course, that also negates a bit of damage from Clanks on top of that. And we'll see. Oh, there's a Storm Spirit on Behemoth. That'll also help save the day in certain cases.
Yep. I would like to see someone go with Revenant down here. Look at the damage he deals out solo. Like, he almost solos him. Just one more guy, and he can kill anything. So, even Empath.
Yeah. No, Empath absolutely would help secure that kill right there. The enhanced damage and the little bit that he brings for damage, so.
Now Tempest comes down here, but now they should be aware that there's an Empath or a Revenant in the vicinity, so, like, no one should be going alone here. But yes, it is going to.
No, I'm not going to catch him, though. Going to put down the Rev4 counter on the Kongor pit. Tempest chose not to chase. Figure that others were nearby, and he was kind of correct on that.
Yeah, he is. I mean, they can't see the Legion, like the Legion side heroes, so yeah, not opening onto a B Ro4 is definitely the right play. Unless Revenant was right on top of him too, so they could kill him in like 1 to 2 seconds. But if that's not possible, then you shouldn't go for it when you don't see anyone else. Even if it only takes 1 second, it's still risky, because you expose yourself, and there could be a Behemoth jumping in on you.
So the Hellborn side in their own base right here, waiting for something to happen. Again, Revenant and Tempest trying to make a play elsewhere, but obviously a big spread in 2-0. They're kind of just all 5 sticking together, so I don't think that jump that they're really trying to look for is going to necessarily happen. And in the meantime, Warbeast is going to have even his next tier item now of the full demonic that he has. There we go. Slayer purchase, so a Savage Mace now in the works as well. A lot of damage output going to be coming.
Yeah.
From this Warbeast.
That's scary. He's 600 DPM actually. Holy, yeah, he's 613. So, man, he's gonna do a ton of damage. Like, whoever he auto attacks is gonna die.
Yeah, it definitely has been an impressive game. There's the Wingbow finished on Swiftplay, but as we just finished mentioning, you already have Warbeast working on the Savage Mace, and by the time they clash, there's a good chance that it probably will have it anyway, so that Wingbow, sure, it'll still be some nice damage increase, but the defensive mind of it isn't going to be that great in the end. for Swiftblade here. So now bottom tower push will happen for the Hellborn side. So Complexity again, they're finding a little bit of farm. And that's, as much as it's smart here for 2-0, I mean, it is a little bit of their downside. They are, again, sticking together a lot. They're moving together as a team right here. And so Complexity is kind of picking up on that, if anything. That whenever they see one, there's very likely all of them even nearby, and so they can go elsewhere to farm.
Yep.
They're kind of doing that.
We're getting to the stage of the game where like a hero kill is worth more than clearing the jungle, like twice almost. So sticking together as 5 is the right move.
You got Swiftblade with that build rot. Meanwhile, top lane. Oh, tower will fall. They got the build rot backing him up, but again, it doesn't look like 2-0 is going to commit too much here. And they'll be satisfied with just that tower kill. They know they got the Savage now coming for Warbeast. What else would be big for them? I guess Brutalizer in the works also for Riptide here.
Yeah.
I guess.
Behemoth a long way off for next item, so he's good to go. Voodoo Justice also like always ready to go, it seems. And yeah, Riptide, what he has a Mighty Blade. I'm not sure what he's going for with that. Did he pick something up? Did you see that? But is he going Brutalize as well? I guess Riptide.
Riptide, yeah, that's what I think it would be. Yeah.
Yeah, it has to be. I think so at least. So. I mean, just sitting onto the Clanks and hoping that he's not being able to use that hog ability to the fullest with the bash proc coming out, so he cannot escape is what they're going for.
Yeah, damage chart this game is actually pretty interesting. Clanks usually would be a fair amount of damage, especially at this point in the game, but obviously, again, it goes back to they've just really addressed him. He has not been able to get a whole lot out because he's constantly just trying to survive early on in the fights, which usually doesn't even work. Now, Revenant, on the other hand, obviously is putting out plenty, over 22% of the overall hero damage done. So, but double damage, Warbeast has the Savage Maze. Good luck dealing with that. He does fall to half-life off the bat, but there goes Riptide, but the Elemental One catches them. Here's a big chance. Down goes Warbeast. No buyback for him. Riptide caught as well. Riptide's going to end up falling in the background. They take out Behemoth. What a jump here for the Hellborn team. What an ultimate. From what you got, it's a 4-for-0 exchange. And unless they catch Lord Self-Forest here, no, they will not. But a 4-for-0, what a fight. And now they're going to be able to push on out here.
It was great for them. Swiftblade went on the back line and made sure Behemoth could not do anything that fight. He got out of Fissure. He was a bit too slow onto the Void Talisman. He didn't get the Storm Spirit out. I mean, they were just caught off guard there from that initiation. It was beautiful from Complexity. They were not ready for it. I mean, they had the abilities to make sure it didn't go as a 4-for-0, but yeah, they couldn't plan it in time. So, good play from Complexity. Yeah, it's a shame that Behemoth died before using anything, because they really have the potential to turn that fight around.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's what we've seen all throughout today. I mean, Behemoth in general, that's of course what he's great at, but that's where the heads up definitely came into play from Oscar. Sitting on top of him, taking him out. And he also mentioned Squirry, was unkilled before that last fight, too. So getting a nice little bonus out of that as well. I'm sure to double-check it. 800 gold bonus for Formless right there, playing the Clank. So they're going to push here. They're definitely getting this tower kill. They're probably going to be satisfied with just the tower kill. I mean, the Resurrections are getting pretty low here.
They might force out a Glyph here, too, and then back off after that. I'm not sure if they've used it yet. I don't think so. But, yeah, I think they will. Maybe try and force any eventual buybacks and then a Glyph, and then they will back out after that's over. So, or used. So
again, looks like the menu just a couple minutes here, but again, this is the Time to Win Heroes of New Earth Invitational, guys. time2win.net, and check out the site yourself. Go and sign up if you like. But they hosted this event here, put up some money for the prize pool, and kind of working with Heroes of New Earth as well as far as incorporating into their site. So definitely, like I said, a win-win for everyone. This is the first day of a multi-day event here. Definitely it got quite the grind here coming out, like I said, too, all the way today through Friday. It's going to be 2 series every day here on Honcast. Then next week, the playoffs of Wednesday and Friday as well. Now, the other series that was supposed to be happening here today, unfortunately, as far as Group B goes, as we said earlier, was a forfeit. Sync did get the victory over Reason. I guess Reason just simply having some roster issues there and unable to field 5. So Sync moving on into winner's bracket, and then of course have the winner of this will play Sync. That does mean the loser will also then have a free ride to the redemption match, actually. So things in Group B going to move a little quicker here. because of that. But again, just how it is. How it worked out there. But this event as a whole, I mean, it's obviously we've had just plenty of Han Tour, and not that that's a bad thing, but nice to have a little bit of a change up here. That's what this event brings. This GSL format, and more the weekday matches and everything. So, in case you missed the earlier action, here's Group A. Again, quite the upset there. Mystery Gang over Evil Corp, and then BMG taking out Fresh. So it'll be Mr. Gang and BMG, and then Evil Corp versus Fresh in the losers bracket matchup. So you guys got your hands full against Fresh now.
Yep. I would say that like just since we have a pause here, they played really well though. Like they made some interesting strategies there with the push and all, with deadlift and with Wild Soul, and I mean Sync has done it too as well with the Wild Soul, doing a lot of push, and it worked really well for them, and we definitely struggled playing against that. So we'll have to figure something out against those push strats. That's for sure.
Yeah. No, yeah, Deadlift, that's kind of one of these niche heroes. These, even what you got was saying, could definitely classify as just like a really cheesy hero. Because it's
so
difficult.
strong, because like whoever is you're laning against there, because it's really hard. He can catch them from like whatever range he wants to, and it just lasts for 4 seconds. That's done. So you have to like be aware of all that all the time. And even if you're trying to defend a tower, he's just gonna scout with it because it has a ton of vision around it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's really strong for pushing with. Yeah.
Something that BMG may have to address when they play them in the winter bracket tomorrow. So, anyways, we got this matchup here though continuing. It looks like so as really expected. They put a little bit of pressure on the base tower, but in the end, it is going to be held off here, of course, as the resurrections happen. But it's definitely is. I mean, coming into the series, we knew it was going to be a close one and just a good series in general, but really has the feel of just a lot of back and forth here in this game. It's just as it seemed like 2-0 was trying to pull ahead. All of a sudden, the Big Tempest Ultimate from Complexity and what you got, and get the 4-for-0 exchange, and then they push back at them. So definitely still plenty of game left, especially with the ganks too. I know that he'll continue to kind of be a little bit of a struggle, but he's going to get more and more farm now, and I think Wingbow... Now, that's the question, I guess. Do you still go Wingbow on ganks here, or maybe something like a Genjiro instead?
Actually not too sure. You could go for the Wingbow still, but I think Genjiro might be better. Or he's actually going Ice Brand here, so he just wants to tank up a lot. I guess that since he's been focused, I guess it's okay. But if you want to go tanky, then sell the Soul Screamer and buy a Vestment too.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, he might. That probably would be the better use of gold right now, to be honest, in the inventory slot. Than simply a Soul Screaming at this point. But here we go. Jump on a Warbeast. A lot of burst off the bat. There's a Storm Spirit mitigating a little bit, but he's going to drop after. The burst is too much to handle. Lords of Force also in trouble. Behemoth is able to get it this time, but even that's not enough. You see Riptide trying to sit on ganks, but this time they were prepared, and it's cleanup for the Hellborn side. Did anybody even die? No, they got low, but nobody died on Complexity, and now Voodoo Jester trying to juke out of here. That ain't happening. Double tap for Oscar, a Genocide hold for Complexity, and I mean, was that just over initiation, or was that Complexity another huge hold?
It was a bit of like they went for different targets. Like they didn't focus the same much. You saw Riptide focusing on ganks. Meanwhile, Revenant and who was it? Tempest had like 200, 300 HP running out of that fight. So they didn't really go for the same targets. A big factor as well is that Warbeast with the 600 GPM, or if you're 540 now, could not hit anyone. Like there was beautiful Storm Spirit this time, but it was not enough because like it was just not enough. I guess that's the way to put it. It was beautiful play there and good counter initiation from Behemoth. He did everything he should do that fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That also brings up one of those, if you're Warbeast, you want to probably be using that Shrunken Head as you're going into a fight, because, yeah, not getting that off. Pretty damn crucial there. As again, we saw the damage, so there we go.
It's a case where he can kind of pop it and then just take the racks and they can run out, but if they have the fortification, that's not possible. So you kind of have to bait that out, and if you use it preemptively, they're gonna initiate after that's out, that's for sure. So yeah, it's definitely a tough spot, but I don't think they should push as 5 anymore, because this game is far from over, even 1 racks down, and the Conqueror going into Complexity's favor.
It is a little funny saying that because it's nearly a 30,000 experience lead now. But I mean, I agree with you definitely. This game, it just the feel of it definitely doesn't feel like it's over by any means. Warbeast is still a huge threat right here. If he's able to get that shrunken head up in a good spot and put in a couple of auto attacks even, I mean, they've shown that they can drop clanks. And even with a Frostal Skull, I still think that's very possible here. Oh, and this is not going to be good. Looks like 4 is going to get caught initially. Behemoth jumps into the background on a Revenant, but the Elemental Void! It catches 3, including Warbeast and Riptide. Warbeast again. He's dropping quickly. He's still alive. He gets in the ulti form, but he has to run with it, and that's never a good sign. Meanwhile, Clanks, he actually lived in the background. Vote to concede. Oh, he does go, Revenant does. But anyways, GG, well played. It's going to be over officially as Complexity does take game number 1. Man, that it went into the pause there, and then all of a sudden Complexity just runs them over.
Yeah, they all had shrunken heads up, and they managed to pop them and get the initiation. And huge hope from what you got there, getting 3 people. Like, that's what they needed to win the fight. And then earlier at the base, that he only needed to catch 2 as well. So yeah, good hold for them, and nicely played. I mean, they got it to the late game, and then they pushed base where they had the prop items they needed to defend the base, and it worked out for them.
What a play from Complexity, and they take a 1-0 lead now. So again, it is a 3-game series here, best of 3 that is. So we'll see if they can close it out, or if 2-0 can come back and force a 3rd and final game now. So the Time to Win tournament will continue here on Honcast with game number 2 coming up. Complexity up 1-0 currently over Team 2-0. Stay tuned, guys. We'll be back. More Hon coverage coming at you.